at Gillette Stadium. Ashland is the Super Bowl champion of Division 6 and the winner of the Aganis Trophy.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap, as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com. Hello and welcome to WACA-TV's broadcast of the Ashland Boys Varsity Soccer. We are here at Walker Field at Ashland Middle School for your Ashland Clockers taking on the Holliston Panthers today. In what I believe is their inaugural game of the season, at least the first home game of the season. And we don't have too much to go by as Holliston gets a steal in Ashland territory. Quick shot on net, but deflected. That's going to be a corner kick. We don't have too much to go on in terms of what to expect from Ashland results-wise this year, but we do have the Ashland Varsity Boys versus Alumni game that happened a couple of weeks ago, and that was just an absolute thrashing of an Alumni team that usually comes out strong as the corner is booted back out. And we're going to do that again. So, good things are expected from this Ashland team. It's a lot of speedy young strikers and high IQ defensive players, as we see there. Ball is booted out of dangerous territory. Ashland defenders fighting for it in the backfield. Getting it over half court now. Holliston has also had a pretty historically great soccer team as far as I'm aware. So this is a challenge for this Ashland squad off the rip, and that's going to be a foul. Going to give him a direct kick. Pretty far into Hopkinton territory here, so they might be looking for a shot. Indirect kick, excuse me. I lied again. It's direct. Taken by number 17, Felipe Mateus for Ashland. Sails out of bounds. Going to be a Holliston goal kick. Happy to be broadcasting back in the, it was just starting up the fall season, fall sports season, I should say. This is the first week. We'll also be covering volleyball and football extensively. And a few other sports sprinkled in there. We're going to be covering some girls soccer, some field hockey, as well as some golf. So stick with WACA-TV for all of your Ashland High School varsity sports coverage. So this is booted to half field. And Holliston's going to come away with it. Holliston with the free kick. And headed out by the Ashland defense. Nice cross inside. And Holliston's going to track that down and maintain possession. And a back and forth game in the early goings here. Cross inside. Nice ball, but the Hopkinton striker couldn't maintain possession. Ashland on a run. race to the ball, and it's just too far away for any Ashland striker to get a foot on. Goalie's going to pick up the ball because that Ashland striker was getting awful close. Booted around, but Holliston gets a great ball out of it. But some hard-nosed defense from Ashland is going to make sure that doesn't turn into a scoring opportunity. Throw in for Holliston here. And promptly booted back out. Corner kick for Holliston. Ooh, and a collision. Holliston coaches wanted some sort of penalty out of that. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, though. As I say that, there was yet another collision on the cross inside between Holliston striker and the goalie. And he's still down. He's getting back up, though. A lot of contact on these corners. David Skarudimov in net for Ashland. One of the captains, senior captains for the Ashland squad. And Ashland is coached by Tiago Mota in his 4th year. Oh, and here's a run by Holliston. Nice 1-2 pass into the danger zone. Looking for a shot, but broken up. Some great foot skills from Holliston here. Great control. And that's a good ball, but not good enough as the Ashland defense is going to wrangle that one and kick it out of bounds. As back and forth as it gets here in the early goings of the game. We're about 8 minutes through. And Holliston with the possession lead as of now, but there's only been a shot or two on either side. Shot deflected and handled by the keeper. And I believe that's going to be another corner kick for Holliston, who's getting a lot of opportunities here. Ryan Foley going to take this corner. Oof. Off the foot of someone right inside the box, but just sails wide left. Owen Burke had the foot on that, but could not convert it. But that's another shot that you'd put in the stat sheet for Holliston. quick throw in, but a miscue, and Ashland's going to take over. A great ball. The through balls are looking excellent for the Ashland defense. Just barely staying away from any Holliston player that might be close enough to it. At midfield, first time Ashland's been over in a minute. But that's going to trickle out of bounds for a Holliston throw-in. Here comes Ashland, looking to set up their offense. Physical game thus far, lots of pushing, even in the open field. So Ashland working their way down, yard by yard. Still maintaining possession. But centered by Holliston. Other than the free kick, that was Ashland's first real opportunity of the day. Ethan Dentino in the backfield has been doing a lot of work. Oh, tried for the 1-2 pass on the far field, but Holliston comes away with it. Ashland setting its offense, looking for someone, but going to need a little bit more agility to get some separation on some of these Holliston players. Dentino with the throw-in. And Ashland's going to try again. Got a few more yards out of it this time. And now we have Costa with the throw-in. Penalty called. Deep in Holliston territory. It's a tough call for Ashland. That could have been another opportunity. And they're a little bit harder to come by, as we're seeing. Ball in from the keeper, handled by Holliston. Reffel with the throw-in, but some commotion on the throw-in, and that's going to result in a free kick for Holliston. Montvilo with the free kick in. And Holliston's just going to let that go out of bounds for a throw-in. It's been a game of yards thus far. Both teams just vying for possession so hard that they keep throwing it farther and farther down the field only for it to get kicked back out. But those couple of yards that they gain, they're really trying to take advantage of here. Throw in on the far side. Getting bobbled around and a whistle. Penalty on Holliston. Ashland getting an opportunity to get it out of their zone. But a steal by Holliston. Great heads-up offense. Just outside the box. The shot. Ooh, just right. A nail-biter for Ashland fans there. That's Holliston's third or fourth shot of the game, and we're not even halfway through this first half. Corner for Holliston here. They're all cutting in on the corner. And it was well positioned, but Holliston couldn't get ahead on it. Skarutamov with the goal kick. And Ashland kind of unnecessarily turns it over. Some subs coming in for both teams. This Ashland defense has been holding strong thus far. Skarutamov has done his best, despite the fact that there hasn't been a shot on net, and that's Ashland players with their hands on their heads on that call. There was some jostling, and a Holliston player went down, and that's a quick whistle. And a card going to be given out here. Yellow card, assessed to, I believe that's Carlos Espino. And he'll take a sub for now. Espino is a name that we heard a lot last year. So if that's any indication, his presence will most likely be missed on the pitch here. Until he gets the okay to come back on, of course. Some bounces go Ashland's way, and they're off to the races. Holliston is smothering at most opportunities, but Ashland always seems to come away with it. Manhez controls it, turns it over, but Ashland's fighting to get it back. Good box out attempt. 16 for Ashland has been really putting in work. Ty Geary, another name we said a lot last year. He's going to be a senior captain as well. Some brilliant defense we're seeing out of him. He just knows where to position his body to get in front of his man. Bobbled around, and Ashland. Geary looking for a teammate. Gets tripped up. Free kick for Geary here. His stellar defense has been paying off, at least in the midfield. Free kick is a good ball, but Holliston looks like they're going to come away with it. And now they're off to the races the other way. A good ball. Some great 1-2s we're seeing on the far side. Holliston just biding their time, looking for the perfect shot. Ashland's defense slow to rotate, but some absolutely stellar physical defense really holds that one off. Dentino had a huge hand in making sure that didn't turn into something ugly. Been a hard-nosed game as we're approaching halfway through the first half here at Walker Field in Ashland, at Ashland Middle School, I should say. Ashland's defense has really shown through, but they can't really get it to convert on offense. Manhez looking for a teammate. Decides to take it himself. Dangles one Holliston player, but can't seem to get through the other one. And now here's Foley. Going to take the shot and saved by Skarudomov. That was the first definitive shot on goal we've seen from Holliston this game. Skarudomov was there to gobble it up. But Ashland has numbers on defense here, but threads the needle offsides. It's a brilliant look, but the Holliston striker on the far side was just a step or two too far. Goal kick from Geary. Goes over the half-pitch line and sent right back. Holliston being aggressive, attacking these Ashland defenders, and it pays off for them. Here's the shot, and a beautiful shot. There's a goal. Right middle for Holliston, 1-0. The diving hand of Skarudomov was just an inch or two too low. And that was Holliston converting on some very aggressive pressure on these Ashland defenders. I believe Aiden McEckenhern ended up coming away with the goal there. I could be wrong on that, though. In the 21st minute, a beautiful shot on goal. And that was Ashland trying to set up their defense and really get situated before they send a ball past the half-pitch line, but Holliston read into it and got the steal and converted appropriately. But here's Ashland. They get beaten to the ball, but maintain possession. It's Ashland's turn to get aggressive. And the ball was... Those two were not on the same page. The cut was going left, and he wanted him to go into the backfield. Geary, who's been stellar on defense, has switched to midfield. And there's Geary again with a good header. That ball's going to go Ashland's way. Some subs coming on. Someone else to take the throw in for Ashland. Into Geary, but he's swarmed, and a turnover. Ryan Merlis with control, and now here's Merlis. Not going to get there before Skarudomov does, though. Mateus Silva bringing it up. Looks for the cross in, but Holliston is all over it, as they have been on defense. Ashland with so little opportunity we're seeing. Reffel with the throw-in. And here's Holliston getting aggressive again, but that ball was kicked just a little too hard, and Skarudimov comes up with it. Here's Silva. Puts on the Jets and gets in front of Reffel. He's giving Reffel a tough time right now, and that's exactly what Ashland was looking for. Great defense from Silva. The Ashland defense is doing a great job. Ooh, with a through the legs there. No whistle as two players go down, and Holliston comes away with it. The Ashland defense is doing a great job on their foot skills of getting by these Hopkinton strikers who come in trying to poach. And that's offsides. But unfortunately, the one time their foot skills don't pay off, or they're a little lax on reading the offense. That's exactly what Holliston was looking for, and they struck. 1-0 as we're approaching 14 minutes left to go in the half, barring extra time. Like, the Ashland ball movement has been good, but it hasn't really resulted in much. They have great foot skills. They have pretty on-the-money passes, but it seems that the positioning of the Holliston defense is such that they can't really get anything out of it, despite the fact that fundamentally what they're looking for is pretty sound. Like, that was a good through ball, but nothing Geary could do. He could have put on the Jets and he wouldn't have got there fast enough. This Holliston defense just knows where to be. And now they're on the attack, but gobbled up by Ashland. Here's Silva on the near side. He's been a great midfielder for Ashland, putting the clamps on any Holliston midfielder trying to come through the near side. Reffel with the throw-in. Great 1-2 from Holliston. And that's offsides. Closer than a lot of the previous offsides calls. That could have been a half step. Geary gets whacked, but no call. Physical game, and by and large, the refs are letting him play. Good call to send it back to Skarudimov. You don't want a repeat of what happened last time for this Ashland defense. But Holliston pretty deep in Ashland territory now. Cross inside. But Holliston maintaining possession even though there's 4 Ashland defenders to 1 Holliston striker. Nothing comes of it though. Ball getting turned over back and forth. Offsides Called again. Sent back to Skarutamov. So we're approaching 11 minutes to go. Ball has pretty much been chilling on that 40 to 30 yard line for Ashland. 50 to 30, I should say. That's been the main place where the possession has been staying, either in the hands of the Ashland defense or the Holliston offense. It's rare that it gets past the 30 on Holliston's side, but here we go right now. Just outside the box. Ashland's searching for an opportunity. Ball booted around, and an Ashland midfielder thrown into the air on that one, resulting in a free kick. I believe it's Geary that's going to take the free kick there. And that sails over the head of the Holliston goalkeeper. The lights come on at Walker Field. We had a 5:45 start time. And it's a beautiful day for soccer. It's just also very windy. Temperature-wise, it's a beautiful day. It's just that ball might get carried a fair amount, especially when the wind picks up. Holliston keeper with a goal kick, and Geary using his height to put a head on that ball. Nice trap by the Ashland midfielders. And they come away with it. No, just kidding. That would have been best of both worlds there. And now Holliston, what we've been seeing in this game is just edge their way down the field through throw-ins and being kicked out and throw it back in, get a few more yards, and here we are again. Big throw-in, and that shot on goal was wide right, but a good look from Holliston at the top of the box. Eight minutes to go in the half. Cross inside. Not going to result in anything for Holliston. Ashland on a fast break here. Getting through a couple Holliston players. And they went the length of the field, but couldn't secure an opportunity. Holliston with the throw-in. Some subs coming on. Ashland getting control after the throw-in. Here's a good opportunity. Passing it around, just outside the box. Really need some cuts here. Yeah, I don't know. This Holliston defense has shown that it's going to be real tough to beat them one-on-one. I need some team play from the Ashland offense. Skrudimov going to reset. Ashland ceded a lot on that possession, but got it right back. A beautiful goal kick from Skrudimov. And Ashland going to get a corner out of it? No, not quite. It's like if you have the personnel to go one-on-one, then do it. But hasn't resulted in a ton of opportunities for Ashland here. And I'll say this about the Ashland defense. It's certainly rare for them to get beat one-on-one, so both teams playing great defense right now. Oh, couple steps in front of that Ashland striker who was on sides. Coming up on 5 minutes and a half. One nothing Holliston. Holliston has pretty much maintained the possession advantage and has more shots on goal in this first half, but seen some fantastic things out of the Ashland defense thus far. And a great header. Number 14 coming on it for Ashland, but he's beat to the ball. Comes away with it, though, in good position for a cross. Holliston is putting 3 or 4 defenders on the ball. They got to find the open man there. A collision, but everyone walks away all right. Ball getting booted around. And Holliston on the attack here, forcing Ashland to make Holliston take a throw-in. That was Tyler Robinson on that near side attack just a minute ago. Just outside the box. Holliston's going to look for a shot here. And here it is. Saved by Skrudimov. Ryan Foley on that shot. Skrudimov's goal kicks have been on the money. That one was pretty on the money as well. Ashland just got to put some men on that. They get a throw in. Ashland has got an opportunity or two here in the dying minutes of the first half. Just really looking forward to convert. And that's skied. Ashland's gotten their fair share of opportunities here at the end of this first half. They're putting something together on the offensive end. Part of it is definitely Skrudimov's goal kicks, but another part of it is definitely Ashland figuring something out. And call made in the midfield on a push. Holliston goalkeeper going to take the free kick. A great header sends it right back. Here's an opportunity for Holliston now. But Ashland plays terrific defense and comes away with possession. We're approaching extra time in the first half. Costa probed the defense, and it's resulting in the ball getting booted back and forth. Some great team defense from Ashland there. Aggressive team defense, I should say. Here's Costa again on the near side. Tries to get around two. And Ashland does maintain possession, but Geary from the backfield makes a good point. Might be looking to pass the ball there. Cross inside, broken up by Holliston. But Ashland comes down with the ball. Another corner for Ashland. Another opportunity here before this first half expires. And Ashland striker goes down, but no call there. Didn't seem to be much argument from any of the players, so. And that's going to be the first half. Definitely a back and forth affair here at Walker Field in the Ashland Middle School. But Holliston does come away in the half, 1-0. We'll see you for the second half. And Ashland's been putting something together on the offensive end. Let's see if they can keep it going and have something in store for the second half. We'll see you then on WACA-TV.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap, as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
And welcome back to Walker Field. A windy Wednesday night here in Ashland, Massachusetts. The Clockers are down 1-0 to the Holliston Panthers. It's been a pretty entertaining back and forth affair. It's been a pretty entertaining back and forth affair for the Clockers here. And for the Panthers, I should say. Some great defense, some great offense. Just all around good game of soccer we're seeing. Some highlights for Ashland I've seen is Mateus Silva in the midfield. The sophomore has been fantastic for Ashland. He took a sub about halfway through the first. Skarudimov has been solid in goal with some on-the-money goal kicks. And Geary has been holding it down in the midfield and on defense. Ty Geary, the senior captain. Also seen some stuff from Luis Manhays and Felipe Mateus as well. On the Holliston end of things, I did not get a number for that goal. And I believe I saw that it was Aiden McEckenhern that actually got the goal. But we've seen some good stuff from Ryan Foley. He's taken some shots on goal tonight. And as well as Nicholas Reffel. Said his name a fair amount because he usually handles the throw-in duties for Holliston. Holliston booted it deep into Ashland territory to start the second half. And the corner kick. Skarudimov skies over the rest of the competition to come up with the ball. Rolls it to the far side. And here's Ashland trying to put something together again. They had a good run of offensive possessions to end that first half. But this Holliston offense is staying aggressive, trying to force some turnovers. Brendan McLeod definitely having a hand in that one on the near side. One of the reasons that Holliston came away with that throw-in right there. Unsuccessful though. Skrudimov comes up with the ball. Ashland looking for the open man in the midfield and crossing half pitch. Really fighting for possession here, but Holliston defense has just been smothering all game. They're not afraid to put 2-3 men on and trust that Ashland midfielders are not going to find the open man. Here's Ashland gaining some yardage, though, on these throw-ins. Getting close to the box here. Jostle for possession. Holliston coming away with it here. But this is promising for Ashland. They're finding their opportunities on a more frequent basis. And oof, that's going to be trouble for Ashland. Easy call. I'm not sure if there was a ton of intent behind that, but just the momentum of the Ashland defender falling on top of that Holliston striker. And it's nothing more than a free kick here, but it's a free kick in a dangerous spot. And here it is. That's just high.
Holliston with a run here. No offsides call and gobbled up by Skarudimov. That was scary. Nice through ball. Forcing Holliston to kick it out. Ethan Tell handled that throw in. First time we're seeing his number called today. Doing a great job of staying with his man on the defensive end. Ashland defense is starting to get into the right spots now too. They gave up a goal, but now it seems that their system is firing a lot better. That through ball broken up by Ashland. They're really patient on the defensive end, Ashland. They take a minute to really search for the open man and let players get open for the ball. That's going to stay in bounds. Great ball from Skarudimov. I was about to say that's kind of where this Ashland defense falters sometimes, is they're patient and then they get run up on, and it's a hard thing to contend with, as Holliston put a shot on goal and the Ashland defense managed to cover. Corner kick for Holliston here. Or excuse me, throw-in. Long throw-in. Both teams jostling for possession here. Oh, that was a close one. That would have been on the blooper reel for Skarudimov. Goal kick over to half pitch. And Ashland is actually going to come away with a throw-in out of that. Holliston player must have had a head on it. Ashland gaining some ground on the offensive end. But a quick turnover. And a great ball. Amazing through ball. But he's clamped up. Shot goes through anyway and saved by Skarudimov. Throw in for Ashland here. Some foot skills at midfield, but is passed back. Ashland taking a second yet again. Oh, Ashland midfielder almost had a foot on it. And he's pushed over that same midfielder. That's Manhase, Louis Manhase. Ball in for Ashland, a header. That's the first shot on net today. Ashland definitely has the momentum, I would say. throw in for Holliston after that goal kick. And here's Holliston making their way down the field. One throw in at a time. Here it is. It's inside the box. Handled by Ashland and kicked out. Some subs coming on for both teams. Or just for Ashland, I should say. Ball getting thrown on and kicked out. But it's going to result in a goal kick. That unit for Ashland was cooking offensively, so let's see if this second unit could pick up where they left off. Ashland maintaining control here. Holliston trying to go one-on-one. Ashland looking for an offsides call, but it's a goal kick anyway. Oh, they are going to call that offsides. Far side free kick for Ashland here. Ashland being too lax on the defensive end results in a turnover. But they get it right back. Tearing across half pitch. Here's an opportunity for Ashland. Not sure what the call was there. A penalty on Holliston, it looks like. Ashland might think it's a bit of a shame there wasn't a play on there. They had pretty firm possession and control in a good spot. Now it looks like they're going to play for another 50-50 ball. They do come away with it, but they got a lot of Holliston defenders to go through. The 1-2, and here's the shot. That's through the goalposts. Good set for Ashland there, though. That was well-coordinated offense, something that Ashland has been steadily gaining as the game has gone on. Here's the goal kick. Gary with the header. And the midfielder gets his arm tugged on, and there's another free kick for Ashland. Ashland trying to keep it in bounds here. I believe they do. There's the corner. was looking for his name. Vinny Pinto was the midfielder who had his arm tugged on. Corner for Ashland. These have been hard to come by. Goalkeeper jostling for possession with one of the Ashland strikers here. They're all pretty much in the goal. Here's the set play in the air. Good header. It was just left. That was another good set from Ashland. They're starting to really find their footing in the latter half of the game here. Goal kick booted back yet again. Another throw in for Ashland. Immediate turnover on the throw-in. And Holliston gains a lot more yardage. Here they come. The offense is in position, but Ashland swallows it up. Dribbling around the top of the box. Someone goes for a bicycle kick. That was ambitious. And here's Ashland on a strong attack. Pinto jostling for possession. He gets it top of the box. Tries for the pass. Probably should have shot it there. The extra pass did not reward Ashland there. Holliston has it. Dangerous slide tackle inside the box, but well played. $23 left in the second half here. And Holliston with a corner kick. Oh, nice. Nice 1-2 into the shot. Holliston still has control here, though. Goes over the back of the net for a goal kick. Silva on the near side. Back to Brian Sagat. Over to Silva. Manhace looking for the open man, and there was a nice run, but ball wasn't on target. Ashland has had their chances here. They just really need to look to convert. That's the difference. Holliston has also had their chances, but that one time that they really had a wide open conversion, they did not falter. Nice box out from the Ashland defense, securing possession there. This second half has been a different story for Ashland, but a story that Holliston doesn't seem too concerned with as they secure a second goal off of a beautiful inbound pass just outside the box. 2-0 Holliston. Brendan McLeod secures the goal for Holliston.
It was just a one-on-one with McLeod and the goalie there. And nobody really likes those odds for the goalie, I'm told. In the 19th minute, Brendan McLeod for Holliston records the second goal of the game, 2-0 Holliston. That just made this game a lot harder for Ashland, despite the fact that they have been steadily improving as the minutes tick by. Sagat passes it back. Cross field. Ashland looking for their opportunity now. They got to move quick. Not a lot of time to play with 50-50 balls at this point. The cross in. It's a nice look. That's the most aggressive I've seen Ashland on a one-on-one run all game. Cross at the top of the box. Ashland just doesn't have the height to contend with that one. And that shot from outside is far right. That came from David Eza. Couple of subs for Ashland now. We're under 20 minutes in the second half. Good ball for Holliston, but Ashland gets to it first. Yeah, Holliston is just turning on the aggression now. A couple of players go down, and I think Ashland's going to get the better of that. Indeed they will. Quick turnover, though. Ball going back and forth. And Holliston gets a chance to set up their offense now. Skrudimov takes it himself. And Ashland really doesn't have time to dawdle at this point. They got to put something on net. Here they come at midfield. There's a man on for Ashland there. And again, a little too lax on the defensive end is going to result in a turnover. Holliston just knows when to sprint for these through balls. And they seem to win them a lot in terms of the agility battle. Holliston with another throw-in. Ooh, Skarudimov's way outside goal. Holliston couldn't get a shot off, though. That would have been dangerous. Silva contending at midfield. Here he goes, manages to get the turnover. And a nice through ball. He wants to give and go. But instead, Ashland's going to try to take it themselves. But good boxing out on the defensive end from Holliston. Did not give Ashland any opportunity to convert on that.
Coming up on 15 minutes left in the game. Holliston just seemed to have the more physical advantages when it comes to jostling for possession. Like, Ashland just got out-muscled there and dangled. Tried for the shot, but there was no opening. Holliston still has it, though. Here's the shot, and that's way right. Nice turn from Sagat there. Silva's frustrated. Pass wasn't quite on target. Ashland's got a lot of bodies in the crossfield too. Seem really committed to sticking with whatever side they end up on, which isn't a bad strategy at all. But when Holliston's sending triple teams at you, maybe look for the crossfield. Silva's really wrestling, even though he's got more than a couple pounds of disadvantage on that Holliston player. Some subs coming in. We're just under 14 minutes here. Ashland's got to get something going in quick. They want to really contend at the end of this game. Holliston took that extra second to see if their offense is going to run onto the ball. And Ashland doesn't have a lot of time here to really get something going. Nonetheless, be giving up these throw-ins, which Holliston seem to be taking their time with. Good passing game from Ashland. It's going to result in a free kick. There was no one there for Ashland. The offense hadn't caught up yet, but they managed to come away with it. Holliston is just so on point in the midfield. Gary tries to go through two, and it doesn't work out for him. But Ashland gets it right back. Silva gets beaten. But I think it went out right before the kick, so Ashland's going to get a throw in at midfield. Isaac Iris with the throw in there. And it just gets past Iris. But he saves it right before it goes out the back. See, Holliston is just beating them to the ball, and that's how they got this shot right here. Great save from Skarutamov, but Holliston was there on the receive. The Ashland defense just a little too lax. I'm not sure if they need some fresh legs or something out there, but they are getting absolutely just beaten to all these through balls. 3-0 Holliston here as we're coming up on 10 minutes. And that's not to take anything away from Holliston. They are staying aggressive until the dying minutes of this game. And that is the reason that they're up so big right now. They are not content to just let Ashland sit back and pass between each other looking for the open man. They're going to send two at you, force a turnover, and convert off of it. Ashland was starting to put something together offensively in the late first half, beginning of second half, but it seems that there are just some tired legs, and Holliston has been taking advantage ever since like the 20-minute mark of this second half. And Ashland midfielder pushes Holliston there, and they're rewarded with a free kick. And here comes Ashland. It's the fast break opportunity they needed. Ashland's got to be quick setting up here for this throw-in. Cross inside, top of the box, no one there. Just see a lot of runs from Holliston this game where they know where they have to be in terms of keeping up with the ball handler and not putting themselves off sides. That was a problem they had at the beginning of the game, but ever since we haven't seen more than one offsides called in the latter half of this game. Holliston has just been really good at getting to their spots and knowing where to be on the crosses inside. There's a break for Ashland. And Holliston sending two again. Ashland got to get rid of it. And they get rid of it for a goal kick for Holliston. Strong header from Ashland, but Holliston comes away with it. Manages to split two. That's all he'll get, though. Ashland midfielder keeping it alive. Body's hitting the deck. Possession keeps turning. Everyone just trying to see what foot skills they can bust out right now. That's offsides. Long free kick for Ashland. And that's deep in Holliston territory now. Ashland splits the defenders, but Nobody ran onto the ball there. Holliston with a break, but Ashland broke it up with a slide tackle. Coming up on 5 minutes. Ball keeps getting turned back and forth. And Holliston draws the foul. And crucial seconds coming off the clock as Holliston sets up their offense before this free kick. But you could say the writing's on the wall at this point. 3-0 lead. Just under 5 minutes to go. Skarudimov handles it. Looking for someone to give it to. Good ball over at midfield. Ashland again looking for the open man. I think that's Sagat again controlling the ball at midfield. And a great ball for Holliston, but I think it's going to be a touch too far. Yeah, Ashland comes away with it. And here comes Ashland now. Might have been Geary taking it almost the length of the field. Dentino on the near side was fighting for it, but seems to be nothing doing for Ashland kind of anywhere on the field right now. Ball getting kicked back and forth. Holliston gets it in a good position, though. Tried to turn and shoot, but didn't come out. Mayonnaise taking it himself in the midfield. And we're in the extra time period now. 3-0 lead for Holliston. And I believe the reserves are going to come on for Holliston in the dying minutes of the game here. Nice ball inside for Ashland, but it's going to be a call, maybe offsides. Looks like it. Here's the goal kick from Holliston. Possession changing hands. That's the clock set to expire. Any second now. Overall, a good game played from Ashland here. I think Holliston just had their number in a number of fronts, in the agility front and the conditioning front. And I think Holliston's positioning is really what kind of sealed Ashland's fate here. They just knew where to be at all times, whether on offense or defense. Where Ashland showed flashes of that, it wasn't as consistent. Here's Sagat with the free kick. Ball getting traded around on the far side. Ashland has had a decent amount of possession here in the dying minutes of the game, but hasn't really converted anything into a shot. Oh, and tried to pass inside, but the man wasn't there. Story of the game for Ashland here. Screwed him off with the 50 ball back inside. And here's Holliston on a run. And that'll be the game. Holliston seals this one. It was a good game. Ashland just kind of let go of the rope in the latter half of the second half. They just kind of let go of the rope, and Holliston piled on 2 goals where they saw some form of either tiredness or lack of agility. That Holliston just took advantage every time they could. So Ashland will lose this one, but we saw some promising things from them, and we're excited to be covering them all season on WACA-TV. The crew for today's game: Mackie Kotab, Nick Cunningham, Allison Rose. Behind the switcher, I'm Connor Donovan. Glad to have been with you tonight, and from Walker Field, thanks for watching WACA-TV, and we'll see you next time. Good night, and go Clockers.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap, as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.